Respected Board of Directors and shareholders, good morning and welcome to this extraordinary general meeting of Ambuja Cement. I, Rajiv Gandhi, Company Secretary, welcomes you all. This meeting is being held through video conferencing. I hope all of you are safe and in good health and stay that way. This meeting is being held through video conferencing in compliance with circular issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India. With the permission of the board members present, it is proposed that Mr. Karan Adani, Non-Executive Director of the company, to occupy the chair for this meeting. Can I take the consent of all the board members, please?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So, apart from the chairman of the meeting, Mr. Karan Adani, we have Mr. Ajay Kapoor, Full-time Director and CEO, and Mr. Vinod Baheti, CFO, who are present on the dais for this meeting. Other board members have joined through video conferencing. For the benefits of the members, I will now introduce our board members attending this meeting through video conferencing. Shri Rajnish Kumarji, Independent Director, joining this meeting from Jaipur. Shri Maheshwar Sahuji, Independent Director, joining this meeting from Ahmedabad. Shri Amit Desaiji, Independent Director, joining this meeting from Ahmedabad. Ms. Purvi Sheth, Independent Director, joining this meeting from Mumbai. And Mr. M.R. Kumar, Non-Independent Director, LIC nominee, joining this meeting from Mumbai. Thank you, sir. Thanks for introduction. Our scrutinizers have also joined through video conferencing from his location in Mumbai. I will now take you through certain important points regarding the participation and voting at this meeting. All the members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode to avoid any disturbance from background noise and ensure smooth and seamless conduct of this meeting. Members who have not voted through remote e-voting can cast their votes through e-voting facility during the AGM and 15 minutes thereafter. As the requisite quorum of the members is present, with the consent of the chairman, I declare the meeting to be in order. Thank you, sir. Since the notice is already circulated in advance, it is proposed to take this as read. Some of the shareholders have registered themselves as speakers for this meeting. I shall now invite them one by one to speak. The speakers are requested to restrict their queries, comments to the extent possible. We will try to respond to all the queries after hearing all the speakers. I would now call upon the moderator to unmute Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf.
नमस्कार.
Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf.
हाँ जी, एक मिनट समय दीजिएगा तो आह्वान करता हूँ. माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, उपस्थित निर्देशक सदस्यगण, अधिकारीगण और मेरे शेयरहोल्डर भाइयों बहनों, जो आज हम वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस प्रेजेंट है, मैं संतोष कुमार साहब, कलकत्ता का रहने वाला, आज बंगलोर से आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ. आशा करता हूँ आप जितने भी डायरेक्टर हैं, जितने भी अधिकारीगण हैं और जितने भी आप प्रस्तुत हैं वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस में, इस समय स्वस्थ और अच्छे से होंगे. सर, मैं आपके 12 डिलीवर्स का सपोर्ट करता हूँ और समझता हूँ कि अडानी जी के लीडरशिप में ये जो टीम तैयार हो रही है नहीं, ये हमारी कंपनी के लिए काफ़ी अच्छा होगा. सिर्फ कुछ बात का गौतम जी अडवाणी यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट नहीं है, तो फिर भी उनके सपुत्र है, मैं उनका भी स्वागत करता हूँ और उनसे भी प्रार्थना करता हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है फ्यूचर एमडी हमारे यही होंगे करण जी, इसलिए उनका मैं फ्यूचर के लिए आज शुभकामना करता हूँ. और सर, मैं तो विश्वास है कि अडानी ग्रुप जो है उसके हाथ में हमारी कंपनी आने से जैसे शेयरों के दाम बढ़े हैं वैसे हमारी ग्रोथ भी बढ़ेगी सर. क्योंकि अभी जैसे आप लोग काफ़ी इसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट भी करने जा रहे हैं, एक्सपेंशन भी करने जा रहे हैं, ये काफ़ी लाभदायक है. और मुझे बहुत खुशी, मैं खुशी क्या बताऊँ, बातों से प्रकट नहीं कर सकता हूँ. आंतरिक खुशी है तो आंतर से निकलती है कि हमें आप जितने भी हमारे गौतम जी अडानी हैं, करण जी अडानी हैं और भी हमारे जो अन्य डायरेक्टर हैं, उनका हार्दिक दिल से स्वागत करता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ, भगवान आप लोग की लीडरशिप के अंदर में हमारी कंपनी और ऊंचाई पर पहुँचेगी और बहुत उन्नति करेगी, ये हमें पूर्ण विश्वास है. क्योंकि अडानी ग्रुप के मैं कई कंपनी में शेयर होल्डर देखा भी है कि उन्होंने शेयर होल्डर का कितना ख्याल रखा है और कितनी वैल्यूएशन की क्रिएटेड हुई है। इसी तरह मैं आशा करता हूँ इसके लिए होगी। और आज की मीटिंग में ज्यादा कुछ तो बोलने के लिए है नहीं सर, क्योंकि ये सिर्फ अपॉइंटमेंट के लिए है हमारे डायरेक्टर और एक जो इशू है उसके अप्रूव के लिए। तो मैंने ऑलरेडी 12 का 12 सपोर्ट करता हूँ। मैं आपके साथ एक बात करता हूँ बहुत कि करण साहब, फ्यूचर में अगर आप मीटिंग करते भी हैं तो मैं चाहूंगा वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग रखिए। देखिए मैं कलकत्ता में रहता हूँ, लेकिन मेरी वाइफ की ट्रीटमेंट के लिए बंगलोर आया हूँ। आज बंगलोर से मीटिंग अटेंड कर सकता हूँ, नहीं तो आता भाई आपके रजिस्टर ऑफिस जहाँ आपकी मीटिंग होती है वहाँ जाके हम अटेंड नहीं कर सकेंगे और अपनी मन की भावना आपके प्रति, अपने जो भी कर्मचारी भाई बहन हैं उनके प्रति हम प्रकट नहीं कर सकेंगे। हाथ जोड़ से रिक्वेस्ट है, फ्यूचर में अगर आप फिजिकल मीटिंग करते भी हैं तो 10 से 15 मिनट का हाइब्रिड मीटिंग जरूर रखिए, जिससे हम भी जुड़ सके, अपने मन की भावना प्रकट कर सके कि हर कर्मचारी चाहता है उनके काम की सराहना उनके शेयर होल्डर करे। तो हम इससे वंचित न हो, उनका जरूर ध्यान रखिएगा। लास्ट में मुझे सेक्रेटरी टीम में हमारे गांधी जी, हमारे गौर साहब, इनका भी धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि इनकी बार बार सुबह में भी गौर साहब ने फोन किया, साहब जी आप नंबर स्पीकर लिंक भी भेजा। तो सबसे बड़ा ये हुआ कि नहीं स्पीकर नंबर बताया। फ्यूचर में आशा करता हूँ इसी तरह ये सर्विस प्रदान करेंगे। ज़्यादा समय न लेते हुए एक बार जितने भी हमारे डायरेक्टर हैं, जितने भी अधिकारीगण हैं, उनके उनके परिवार की लंबी उम्र की कामना करता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ भगवान 2022-23 का जो फाइनेंशियल ईयर है हमारी कंपनी के लिए और आप सभी के लिए अच्छे से रहे और ये 2022-23 जो है ये सब के लिए वेल्दी हेल्दी प्रोसेस और सेफ्टी के साथ बीती। तो अगले साल हम जब मिलें तो और अच्छे रिजल्ट के साथ और अच्छी खुशी के साथ मिले। धन्यवाद समय देने के लिए। वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस का निवेदन है सर, इसको जरूर ध्यान में रखिएगा क्योंकि फिजिकल करते तो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस जरूर रखिएगा, अदरवाइज हम आपके दर्शन दोबारा नहीं कर सकेंगे। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद। Thank you, Santosh Kumar Sarabji. Thanks. I would now request the moderator to unmute Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Sir.
Yeah, respected chairman of the meeting, board of directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Gupta. I am equity shareholder of Ambuja Cements Limited. Sir, I want welcome Adani family in Ambuja Cement. And I will respect and regards to your father, and please convey our best wishes to him that he will take the company on new heights under his leadership. सर ये टेक्नोलॉजी का ज़माना है। देखिए जैसे संतोष श्राफ कलकत्ता का रहने वाला पहले से, मैं कलकत्ता का रहने वाला शिरडी महाराष्ट्र की पवित्र नगरी शिरडी से ये मीटिंग अटेंड कर रहा हूँ और मैं आपको ये बधाई देता हूँ कि आपके टेक ओवर के बाद कंपनी की प्राइस जो है 500 पार कर गई। तो उम्मीद है कि जब नेक्स्ट मिलेंगे एजीएम में तो कंपनी का प्राइस 4 डिजिट में होगा। आप जिस कंपनी को लगाते हैं ना सर अदानी फैमिली, वो कंपनी सोना बन जाती है। तो उम्मीद है कि हम स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर को भी 4 डिजिट में रिटर्न मिलेगा। अभी 5 डिजिट तो नहीं बोल सकते बट 4 डिजिट बोल सकते हैं कि 4 डिजिट जो है शेयर प्राइस जरूर टच करेगा और कंपनी अच्छी ग्रोथ करेगी। और आई स्ट्रांगली सपोर्ट ऑल द 12 रेजोल्यूशंस विद एंड आई स्ट्रांगली सपोर्ट एज ए चेयरमैन ऑफ गौतम अदानी, क्योंकि हम लोग बंगाल में भी देखें कि वो जब इन्वेस्ट लेके आए हैं तो बंगाल के लोगों में एक नई उम्मीद जगी है कि बंगाल में और भी वेस्ट इंडिया के लोग आएंगे और इन्वेस्ट करेंगे कि बंगाल की जीडीपी और एम्प्लॉयमेंट और इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ाने के लिए। और मैं कंपनी सेक्रेटरी और उनकी टीम को भी धन्यवाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने मुझे मौका दिया ईजीएम में बोलने का, स्पेशली मिस्टर गौड़ को जिन्होंने 3 बार मेरी रजिस्ट्रेशन रिक्वेस्ट मिलने के बाद इवन दैट टुडे एट 9:30 आई हैव गॉट ए कॉल from him that Mr. Gupta, your number is to kindly join at time. So sir, I strongly support and with a hope that company will grow more, and best wishes and greetings to coming festival of Deepavali to you and your family to grow more and return to the investors and the employee more in future also sir. Thank you sir.
Thank you, Manoj Kumar ji. Thanks for the kind words. I would now request the moderator to unmute Mr. Saket Kapoor ji.
नमस्कार सर।
नमस्कार साकेत कपूर जी। Please.
Yeah, and sir, thank you for this opportunity. Uh, so, firstly, to start with, it would have been a great pleasure have we hear some opening remarks from the chairman at the start of the meeting to set the tone right and just not directly going to the shareholder speaker. That would have given us some more understanding of the purpose. We know that for what purpose the AGM has been called and has been put to vote. The resolutions have been put to vote. But just to put a nutshell, since this is the first interaction Mr. Adani is having with his investor base, although we only three of us are today attending as a speaker, but many people would be listening also. So it would have been a good opening, I mean, a good understanding if we would have come up with some opening remark of what the acquisition has been, how are they going to proceed, and things like the which is the talking point is the preferential allotment. So I'll just put my questions in front, and I hope that the CFO and the managing director would be suitably answering them. So firstly, this is a historic moment in Indian cement industry, the corporate sector, with the highest amount of preferential allotment that is going to happen or go through in the corporate history of 20,000 crore rupees. Post Reliance, I think so. This is the second highest or closer to that. So would like to understand, sir, how are we going to use this fund? Just in terms of since we have or we have already acquired the running assets of ACC and Ambuja Cement, so we would be sweating those assets. So out of this 20,000 crore, what should be the deployment that goes into the greenfield projects, the brownfield ones, the M&A activities, efficiencies? If you could have just given us some nitty-gritty where this fund would be utilized, that would give us some better understanding of going ahead. And so there's a lot of talk about now M&A activity, especially if my understanding is correct. For southern India, the 40% of our country's capacity is from southern India, whereas the utilization levels for the southern companies are hovering in the range of 50 to 65% over the last many years. And because of the right market or the logistic issues, they have not been able to ramp up the capacity. So what's the current thought process of the management with the ideal capacity that is lying, and then we are again coming up with an aspiration of doubling our capacity in this decade. So if you could explain to us how the maths is going to work. And so secondly, as we have read that we are ourselves a large consumer of cement. So if you could give us some color, what have been Adani Group's cement consumption in terms of the infrastructure that we have built and that we have in our hand to that we are going to build over the coming years. So if you could give us our annual consumption requirement and how is that going to grow up going ahead. Sir, I also take this opportunity to, I think so, the changes which you people are bringing at the very beginning, firstly with the registered office and also with the accounting year being now changed to March, aligning with the companies, with other companies of the Indian corporates, would also request you, sir, to continue with press release and conference call, which were an ad hoc part of the earlier Holcim group. They used to held it either on a 6-month basis or an annual basis, and that too on an ad hoc basis. Even on several requests, the calls were not held. So I will request the company secretary and the chairman to take note of the requirement of abreasting investors on a regular basis through in the form of con call. Now, sir, coming to the doubling of the capacity part, I'll take another two minutes, sir, of all the busy schedule you people must be having. Sir, as we are doubling the capacity, our holding company ACC, how would ACC look like, sir? Everything and anything has been spoken about only Ambuja Cement. So I also being a shareholder in ACC would like to know how is ACC going to fit to the part, whether whether a merger is in the annual, because everything, the capacity expansion, the preferential, which is logically is happening in Ambuja since it is holding majority of shares in ACC. So would like to understand how much of this capex will go towards modernization and capacity building up under the ACC brand, or how is that going to be there? The pledge issue has been a major part of disconcern among investors, and I think so we have gone ahead with pledging of our investment in Ambuja Cement also. So just to understand this, how are we going to fund this 20,000 crore issue going ahead? And I think so 25% upfront payment is going to be made within 15 days of the passing of this resolution. So just wanted to understand that to fund this preferential allotment, are we going to take further loan on the same, or how is that going to happen, sir? Sir, over the period of time, I think cement as a sector has suffered the most because of the inflationary trends that has been affecting markets and regions all across the globe. So taking that into account, and I think so with demand outlook also, and with glut in capacity, how sure, I mean, how are you feeling about the current cement prices, sir? I think so cement margins have contracted by 500 basis point or 5% over the last 1 year in comparison to what we posted for the previous financial year. So your thought process on the same. I welcome Ajay sir also as our MD, and as I've read in the resolution about his pedigree. So congratulations to you, sir, and we hope for your leadership to take things forward. And last point is on the how are we looking for this building material segment, sir? As I think so, my understanding that cement, RMC, building materials, everything goes hand in hand. So, what is our thought process? Where are we? Are we trying to deepen our roots or try for building materials? Also, since RMC is already there in our portfolio. So these are my point. I have couple of them in terms of efficiencies, waste recovery system. I think that way I can take over in the con call if that happens. Other than that, I hope to hear from the chairman, the CFO, and the MD as they would like to reply. And if I have a follow-up, I would request the moderator to give me an opportunity. These were the points from my side, and thank you for this indeed. And
So with the permission of chair, maybe I will answer some of the questions. Thank you, Mr. Saket Kapoor. You have many questions, and I will attempt one by one. So just to introduce myself, I am Vinod Baheti, the CFO for Ambuja, and maybe I will pick up some questions, and I will request MD and also our chairman to answer the balance. In terms of your question about the pledge and the shareholders' commitment, as we assured, we understand from the shareholders that they already lined up the funds, and there is absolutely no concern over there. In terms of your question on this press release and this overall streamlining the process, we take your point, and as you know, we are very in Adani robust processes streamlined for the overall say, engagement with the investors and press release and all. That definitely we will streamline. Thank you very much for this feedback. On the overall utilization of the objective of the preferential issue, just to highlight, which we have already informed earlier, but re-emphasizing that objective of this preferential issue is to strengthen the balance sheet of the company, because there are lots of opportunities in terms of consolidation. Management duly guided by the Karan Bhai and team have lined up growth plans with almost capex over the staggered manner over a period of time, almost 30,000 odd crores. As you rightly said, the aspiration is to double the capacity. And apart from that, we are also committed to substantially improve the ESG standards. We are also looking at debottlenecking initiatives, also improving the logistics infrastructure. Apart from that, digitalization is going to be key. So we are putting this war chest to take all these initiatives. In terms of the building materials related query, and also with respect to cement consumption, I request Ajay if you can just give your viewpoints over there.
Sure. Thank you. I'm Ajay Kapoor. I'm the whole-time director and CEO of the company. So basically, India is a growing economy. GDP continues to grow at about 6-7%. We believe in the next 5 to 10 years, this is only going to go northwards, not southwards. With largely COVID behind us and the world looking up. Cement multiple generally in past has been either 1 or slightly higher than 1 of GDP. I believe and I'm more optimist on that because of the latent demand which needs to be addressed. I think we will have a cement growth upwards of GDP growth. With that in place, and we already very clearly announced what we wish to do for cement. Ready mix is a big part of our portfolio. We already have a sizable presence. We would certainly like to grow more in that direction in time to come. Building materials, we are studying. For example, there may be adjacencies within our group, but we will come back with more concrete details in time to come. But clearly, that's an area for us to focus on.
On your question about this financial year, as you know that we already have taken approvals to move the financial year from calendar year to the fiscal year. So this particular financial year will be for say 15 months, which will end to March 23, and prospectively it will be fiscal year going forward. Saketji, like since there were a series of questions, we hope that we have addressed them. And anything, if there is anything further, we can always reconnect.
Saketji, maybe you may send your questions through email, and we'll make sure that we'll reply to you. Okay. So. Thank you so much to all the speaker shareholders. Mr. Surendra Kastia, Practicing Company Secretary, has been appointed as scrutinizer for conducting the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. The process of e-voting will continue for next 15 minutes for those who have not yet casted their votes. The meeting shall stand conclude at the end of this 15 minutes. The combined results for remote e-voting and e-voting done during this AGM will be placed on the website of the company. The results will also be submitted to the stock exchanges as per the relevant provisions of the Companies Act and the listing regulations. I present a vote of thanks to the chairman, sir, and express my gratitude to all the members and board of directors for their participation and for their cooperation. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Thank you, sir. With this, I conclude the meeting, sir. Thank you, sir.